Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to the MindCrack server here in my kind of temporary farmland shack. And you may notice that I've had a little bit of troubles. Had a little bit of troubles. The ability to maintain and build even a proper home and keep it in such a way is a little bit difficult here in ultra hardcore mode, and with the new difficulty of the mobs and things. Haven't even bothered to repair it. It's actually done a lot better with the giant creeper blast hole in it than it has totally complete. So this is where I've been hanging out. Haven't really done much expanding into my farm idea. Oh, here's who's online right now. We've got B-Dubs, myself, obviously, Generic B, Arcus, and Zisto, who has recently started, got back, and is now available to start messing around on the server. I have, as you see, died 6 times. One of those times was this creeper blast. Another time were invisible spiders, because spiders, just regular old spiders, they can spawn with potion effects, just random potion effects. And they do, and sometimes that is invisibility, and sometimes you don't have any idea what's going on until it's too late. So that's another way I died. And a zombie, we'll talk about that in a second, but I don't know, I've kind of decided, I don't know, especially while the UHC mode is going on, I'm going to put the whole cartography thing on hold. You might notice, I'm recording on Sunday. I just released the third episode, an old episode. Oh, hey guy. The third episode of MindCrack. That was actually recorded the second day, and already these other guys have gone out. They've killed the dragon already. They've been to the Nether, killed a dragon. They've got potions and stuff. I am still woefully underprepared. You may notice that I've actually had a little bit of a downgrade in my equipment, which I'll also get to you in a moment, but yeah, gonna have to think of another approach here. The cartography thing simply does not work when you've got only 1 health bar. I have yet to heal. I've never healed myself, so hence the 6 deaths. I just don't see the point in wasting iron and things, or iron, gold and things to heal myself when presumably in a couple of weeks we'll have the normal health regeneration back on and we'll be all set. But anyway, while I was pondering this and considering retiring from my short, nay, never happened career as a cartographer, I felt like falling back on a previous career in the previous MindCrack server, Season 3. I kind of took a shining to the mobile food delivery service. You may remember the Farlander Humane Fowl Extermination Service and combination fried chicken shack. Made a few rounds around the server in terms of delivering chickens, a little food cart type of thing. But I recently just got inspired. I had like a vision, and I'm not sure where that vision came from. Perhaps the vision was just floating in the sky, looking over all of the land at all times. But here I'm proud to introduce my second endeavor into mobile food delivery and food distribution and sales as the Lucky Potato Food Truck. Here we are. Take a look. Very nice. Upgrading from just the hand-drawn food cart to the Lucky Potato Food Truck. We've got brake lights. We've got a phone number you can call if you see some erratic driving, but it's parked out here. I figure a lot of people will be making their way through here to get to the spawn area. I do have one employee. He owes me quite a lot, so he's kind of an indentured servant because when he applied for the job, he killed me, stole all of my armor and my sword, which he continues to wear. So now he's the driver of the Lucky Potato Food Truck. And that is one of the other reasons why I am kind of back to basic necessities as far as armor and weapons go. But as part of my vision, I figured I don't know where the idea came from. Oh, this is my chest in my bed where I kind of put this stuff together. I don't know where the idea came from. A vision, perhaps, like I said, just kind of overlooking all of the land. But I felt like going from chicken to potatoes was the right thing. And as a food truck, you want to give people something that they can hold in their hands, kind of like a grab-and-go food. So the special of the Lucky Potato Food Truck is the old baked potato on a stick. And again, I don't know where that idea came from. Just kind of struck me one day. And if you do want to, since I am an employee, I'm the owner, I'm not an employee, he's an employee. You must wash your hands before handling the potatoes, but we have plenty, good stock, and that's what I was doing. I was just collecting some additional stock of potatoes and sticks for placement of said potatoes. We can get some cooking here because it's probably about noon, so we're looking at a little bit past noon, I suppose, the evening rush. People making it home from work. Gotta have something to eat, right? Newt. Sure, Newt. He stole my pants, too. I like those pants. But yeah, we've got potatoes cooking. I can kind of hang out here and take people's orders. Food trucks are very popular. I even have proper OSHA-compliant ventilation on the top. For those of you who are familiar with food trucks, they always have the ventilation on top. Too bad they don't open up on an angle, because that's actually what they do in real life. But and of course, an exhaust. We had a little bit of a overheating problem earlier, so I added an exhaust here for both the engine and the furnaces and stuff like that. A little bit of a rudimentary lighting system, but I think it works. So yes, the Lucky Potato. Come and get your potatoes on a stick. It's a magical new food invention that I don't know where I got the idea, but that is the spirit of the entrepreneurs. They take what they see in the real world and apply it, perhaps, to cornering a market. I don't know what these. I don't know. This could be, a place customers can sit and eat their potatoes on a stick. I don't know. But yeah, I suppose of all the things, I have my underground cave dwelling, which is somewhat abandoned. The exploded farmhouse over there, which is kind of abandoned. This is so far, I suppose if you want to call this my third build on the server, so far my proudest moment. My proudest build. The Lucky Potato Food Truck. Today's special, potatoes on sticks. So yeah, I'm not sure what else I'm gonna do in this episode. It might be cut up among a few things. I know there's somebody else, with the 4th season of the MindCrack server. It seems like folks are kind of advancing their technologies. I believe I saw another another mobile. Yep, another mobile driving platform over there. Might have seen that on the old server, but I figure we're going to have, people are spreading out already. We're going to have roads and things. So the proper thing to do would be to make a truck. So I did that. I need to enchant. I need to make more armor, actually, because, what did I call him? Newt? Oh, God. Hi. Scared the bejeebus out of me. Ooh, some boots. Golden boots. Fancy. Thank you, my friend. What was I going to do? I was going to enchant this thing. Let's just put all 3 levels. Knockback 1. That was the worst possible thing I could have wasted 3 levels on. So yeah, I'm going to put the cartography thing on hold. Honestly, looking forward to UHC mode ending. It's a bit overwhelming as far as the ability to build things, but also survive long enough to collect resources. I haven't been back to the cave since exiting in episode 2, 3-ish, I suppose it was episode 3 or so. So we'll see what I want to do here, but I just wanted to record this really quick to let you guys know about my new business. Let everybody know about my new business on the server. I suppose the only problem of having a zombie driver is that he gets on the CB radio and starts calling all of his friends, right away, right off the bat when night falls. So it's a little bit of a security issue, I suppose. We'll have to take his cell phone away or something. No texting on the job, my friend. Yeah, all right. I think I'll cut here because I'm probably going to cowardly log off in the middle of the night, and I'll rejoin you when we have perhaps another thing to do here on season 4 of the MindCrack server. Indeed. All right, guys, we are back. If my voice sounds a little bit different, it's because that seamless transition that we just had was about a 24-hour long one, because it is now the next day. It's been a while since I was recording that last episode. I was doing a little bit of a collection here. I've had a little bit of a second thought. Welcome back to the Farlander's confused and disoriented, unable to make up his mind series on the MindCrack server. I know in the last episode I said I, at least for now, had kind of given up on the cartography thing. Not ready to write it off just yet. Mostly because I failed to come up with something to do in the meantime instead. I thought maybe I could go and collect some... what are those things called? From, going to the Nether and try to collect anyway, some wither skulls for the impending wither fight. But then I realized, in my current status and gear, that would be an impossible feat without dying many, many, many times. I considered trying to build something useful, like an actual thing other than a giant exploded... not giant, the explosion was giant, but a little exploded shack or anything like that, or a food truck. But I'm still having problems finding a way to survive each night, especially while building. I don't know how any of these other people are doing it. I suppose they all have potions and enchanted gold armor and stuff. But what I would like to do is actually attempt just a test run of what the hell was that? Of a test run of making a map, and just mapping from the center. I'll find the spawn point, and then from the center I'll just go out in a concentric circle until I fill up a map. People have told me in the comments that maps are incredibly different and possibly annoying. What happened to my whole stack of iron? Well, there's some of it, I guess. Maps have become annoying. The last time I used maps was in Castaway, when I mapped the island that I found in Castaway. So it's possible they have changed significantly. Alright, that is how you make a map with those items. I have enough steak and an apple probably to survive. I should probably just try to get myself in order here. I'll bring some wood along in case I need some emergency tools or something. That's probably good enough. I could probably use more torches. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I don't know how big maps are even anymore, because apparently the scale in maps can change. Hey guys! You might notice that along with this dilapidated house, there's a growing number of animals and the farmlands here. I'm just kind of populating the area. I do like, you may notice, another thing that came from Castaway, that I do enjoy more of the free range farms, I suppose you could call them. Just animals in the wild, and also just making even this setup, while very interesting and very efficient, this design seems too square for a farm. I do like what I did over here. Just find a natural watering hole and till what soil you can, and then plant the reeds where you can, and we have some marvelous wheat growing, and I also have a little bit of a few rows of potatoes there. So I like the natural, organic, if you will, method of farming. I do realize now, yesterday, I put up the other episode 3 of MindCrack, and everybody made quick mention of how I was looking for a bunch of reeds, and I just passed up a very large reed farm near spawn. That has since been taken down for whatever the heck is going on in that flat area over there. But speaking of coffee, yeah, it's early in the morning. This is actually some of the earliest I've probably recorded because of recent events. Of BOO's episode that went up yesterday. I feel like I need to get my episode up for a little bit more of a better explanation. I need to get my joke across. I had a joke that I needed to make, and I didn't get a chance to make it, so I have now made it. But yeah, there was a reed farm over there. Oh, I guess it's been moved a little bit further down. But I don't like as efficient as they may be, as the farms that are all set up in perfect rows, that have pistons that wash away the water, or that you can just run up and down and punch really quickly and then replant seeds. I just don't like the looks of them. They don't look like farms to me. All right, so let's... should I do it from spawn? Spawn is specifically over here, I guess. I'm getting close. Oh. Alright, so it's right. This is spawn. You would think we would mark this somewhat specially. I don't know, put down something. I don't have anything special. Maybe a sign or something. But yeah, this is actual spawn, and the sun is setting, so this is not going to be fun for me at all. Maybe fun for you. No, I think maybe I should do it starting in the middle of the town hall. Seems like a good place. BOO said, he mentioned how one of these wings in this building was going to be a map room, and other people such as Adlington and Zisto had expressed interest. Here's Zisto. Had expressed interest in in creating maps and things of the entire continent, because it's kind of the first time we've known for a fact that we're on a reserved, a specified continent. So it kind of makes sense that we would want to map it all. So that makes sense. And my initial... Sorry, I'm a little bit scatterbrained. Like I said, I'm still working on my third and final cup of coffee here. Slowly losing temperature. The reason I've kind of been back and forth about this whole cartography thing... I know you guys have supported it, and you guys have enjoyed the idea. Good day. Good night. Eve, I guess. One of the reasons I've been a little bit... He's admiring the logo. Sorry. One of the reasons I'm somewhat trepidatious back and forth about doing the mapping thing is that I've realized after I first... Uh-oh, Pyro's about to die for the first time. He's still on 0. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, I've been kind of back and forth about it. Is because I realized, I don't know what my predisposition is to try to turn my series, all of my series, into Far Lands or Bust. That's what happened to Castaway. I ended up leaving the island. And And I started just exploring and walking, and I'm like, this is far lands or bust again, Kurt. Why are you doing this? I started doing that on the old MindCrack server where I wanted to do a tour of everybody's house, but I nixed that in the bud. And then I now realize that if I'm going to do this cartography thing, it's basically going to be another series in Minecraft of me just walking around, surviving. Coffee burp. So that's why I'm kind of a little bit, I'm not quite sure about it. Also the fact that maps have changed. Apparently they don't just spawn right where you craft them, which I suppose is helpful. I think you have to right-click them. And something like that, and you can like make them bigger or smaller, the scale by putting he took my advice, by putting more paper around it or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still trying to figure things out. I would like, I have ideas. Well, let's do this mapping, and I guess I can talk while I'm mapping. Oh God, it's not even midnight yet. I guess I also, since I'm here in the shadow of the moonlit dragon egg, not that many people, but there were a few concerns in the comments and elsewhere about why I personally was not at at Doc's birthday party, killing the dragon. I fully intended to be. I actually was logged on. I was part of the Skype call, even though I didn't have an Ender Eye. It was well known that people had. Is this how this works? Hold on, I'm gonna right-click this. Yep, all right, that's how that works. Oh. The hell's blazes? We finished a map, guys. Episode over. What? Okay. So you have to add. There's my taco truck, my food truck. So right off the bat, you have to add to the map. All right, now I understand why people said that the new maps are kind of stupid. All right, so hold on. I guess I should have brought a lot more paper. Like at what point do you get to be the normal scale as to how maps used to be? Anyway, what was I saying? So much scatterbrainness. Still not awake. Still have yet to shower. I'm a stinky, stinky mess. Oh yeah, at the dragon thing. I was there, and even though I know there was a rule kind of set forth that, everybody who wants to attend needs to bring an Ender Eye, everybody had been farming Ender Eyes and making them beforehand just so that everybody who did attend did have one to provide. Oh, we're getting some Earth rotation lag there. I don't know if you saw that. The stars kind of moved up and down. Feed the beast! So yeah, I was fully intending on being there. Like I said, I was logged in. Oh, I need to make the... Oh, God. I was logged in. I was... Oh, there goes Anders. I was in the Skype call. I got up to get a glass of water to prepare myself for recording. Wait. What? That didn't work at all. What am I supposed to do? Hello? Oh God, I'm not, connected to the server. Isn't that how you do it? You put paper around it, right? It gave me, a new... I mean, I can't, zoom in and out of it, can it? Oh God. How do maps work, guys? Do I have to put more maps around it? That would suck. Alright, hold on. I'm going to make some more paper. Oh, did I not actually do that? I don't know that I actually did that. I think the server lagged out. Okay. Oh, my. That's all? I have to do this, many, many times over. Alright, let's go to the actual reed farm that I kind of hate because it's too simple. It's not organic enough for me. I wish to do my reed farming at Whole Foods. But yeah, I had fully intended on being there. I went to get a glass of water. This is the longest, most dilapidated story I've ever told. I went to get a glass of water, came back, and my computer was on the Windows login screen. So I'm like, huh? What is that about? Log in, obviously everything has restarted, and it turns out I had a blue screen event. The old blue screen of death. Oh god, not again. Damn it, you. Oh, there's probably an invisible spider coming towards me. No! Back away. Oh, and creepers. Ugh. Go, run. So yeah, that perturbed me. And I kind of just logged back on really quick and said, on second thought, guys, as much as I'd like to join you, and I probably could without much fuss, I do want to investigate why I got this blue screen of death. So that is why I, unfortunately, was not at the dragon kill thing. So sorry I missed it. So yeah, there's, you know, not anything... How many times do I have to do this? Map 3. Am I, like, further zoomed out now, finally? Wow. This is really resource intensive. Alright, let's do it one more time, I guess. I'm not quite sure. I don't quite get how it's doing it. It seems like I have to do it twice before I actually see any result. And yes, I realize I could just look up on the wiki how... Wait, okay, which one is this? 4? 6! Suddenly we're on map 6. I jumped from 3 to 6. Alright, this I guess is a significant enough amount. It still doesn't seem right. Yeah, well, I suppose for the fact that I probably only have like 10 minutes left in this episode. And it's daytime, so we can finally go exploring. Let's head north, I guess. Zombies and things should be despawning. And I think we'll see. You might notice this river that kind of surrounds Spawn. It kind of makes Spawn into a little bit of an island. I almost... Suppose I can ask the other guys if they mind if I do a little bit of terraforming. I'd like to make, like, you know, there's parts in the lower left there that are kind of dried up parts of the river. I would like to almost dig that out and make it a complete river so that Spawn has some sort of defined boundary. It's almost like a moat around the Spawn area, which is kind of cool. I think it's a natural and organic border. Instead of just going by biome borders or chunks or coordinates, we can actually say, okay, Spawn Town is within this this border of a river here. Yeah, and even right here where the river seems to dry out significantly, I'd like to somehow complete the river. Okay, so we're doing a little bit of a tour of the immediate area surrounding Spawn. I suppose I realize right now that it's the first time I've actually been outside of Spawn in a significant amount. But yeah, I think I did that describe what happened? Yeah, I don't know what's up with the blue screens. I look through the Windows logs, and those are just the most impossible things to try to decipher. They just have codes and things, and they're just impossible to understand. I don't understand who wrote such a thing, you know? I've just come to accept that it seems like my computer likes to have a blue screen of death about once every 2 weeks or so, because that's about the frequency I've been getting them. It's not like a serious thing. It's not happening all the time, and it just doesn't seem to happen with any rhyme or reason. Like, I can't... Sometimes they happen in the middle of the night. Sometimes they happen in the middle of the morning. You know, it's kind of strange. What's this? Avidia's area is over in the upper left quadrant of the map. He technically is within the bounds of what I'm deeming, at least if we're going by the river thing, the Spawn Island landlocked or river-locked area. So yeah, not sure why that happened, just something that happens. I mean, I've disabled, you know, I've looked some stuff up. I've tried to decipher the Windows error codes. At one point, it said it was, the Windows volume shadow copy something or other, the VVS or VSS process sometimes causes crashes, and you don't need that if you're not using Windows backup, and I'm not. I have my own backup solutions, which... in all honesty, have also been acting funny lately, so might have something to do with that, but I've disabled that, but it's still obviously getting the blue screens randomly, you know, once every 2 months at the most, really. So who knows? Who knows? But anyway, yeah, that's why I wasn't at the dragon thing. I'm hopefully, you know, again, anything can happen, but I hopefully would be able to make it to the, when we do the Wither kill, because that is actually the official point at which we said if we can successfully do that, in this no health regen mode, that we would then turn it off. We would turn normal regen back on after we kill the wither. Well, somebody has a farm there, so I suppose they would be a little bit opposed to me refilling in and making the river complete. But yeah, see, it's still, even though it's dry over here, there's no water, it still seems like it's a riverbed, doesn't it? Yeah. Even on the map, you can kind of tell it is kind of this lopsided rectangle that is somewhat of our spawn area. But yeah, sorry, that explains why I wasn't at the dragon thing, but hopefully we will have some first-person footage from the wither kill whenever that's supposed to be happening. Bah, indeed. Alright, let's see about filling out the rest of this map while this episode is still up. We're running out of time. Oh, okay, we're going to run by our kind of area here. That's nice. I say our area in air quotes because I don't plan to really build anything up out of it. Maps. Doing some maps. Yeah, it's like, how do you know when you have, like, say, I know you can then combine maps, like by putting them together in a crafting area. How do you know when you have both of the maps at the same scale, you know? You can duplicate maps and share maps. Alright, we've reached this edge. Somebody has some sort of fortress of cobblestonitude happening over there. This is an interesting area. I swear I wanted to talk about something else. Coffee! Let's talk about coffee. I'm not going to. I'm just going to sip it. That's what I'm going to do. Whoop. Come on. Fill in. Somebody has some sort of tent thing going on over there? What is that? Is there going to be a carnival at spawn? Oh. Alright, it's kind of hard to see the bottom because of my bar and everything like that, but we have a snow biome over here. This is where BWO is building his future retro modern split level duplex house or whatever. It looks like, I mean, there are houses that are like that in my general area, you know, that were probably made in like the late 80s, but they're like the futuristic inspired, a little bit, you know, Frank Lloyd Wright-ish, but not quite, you know, they're a little bit dopey looking. Not saying his build is dopey looking, I'm just saying the houses that are actually kind of those weird retro future modernist houses in my area are pretty dopey. Woo! Alright, these biomes are huge, these snow biomes. Alright, so let's make a left turn and then we can complete this map as we walk into a tree. And then more... Oh, yeah, so that's the other thing I want to discuss is if I'm not doing the cartography thing, he says, as he's holding and filling out a map, what should I do? I always get a lot of suggestions, very similar suggestions as to what I got when I was kind of lost as to what to do on the last server. A lot of people want me to build, speaking of retro-futuristic, want me to build a space station up at world height limit. I've considered that. I've played around in creative mode with how that would work. I just don't think Minecraft is the game for it, really, for such a high-tech thing, or at least such a, you know, a build that resembles such a high-tech thing. We're kind of stuck with, this is an interesting thing, with low-tech building materials here, unless I were to use, like, a special texture pack, which I don't really want to do, you know, what am I? I'm going to build it out of like white clay or something like that, or white wool. And then even then the scale is all wrong. You know, if I want to make it the right scale, it would just be like a 4x4 tube, and it would be very claustrophobic. However, if I want to actually make it a dwelling and actually useful, it would be this gigantic... It would basically be a house in the sky, and which is the opposite of what I imagine when I think of a space station. So, that's probably out. I've also had other suggestions to build, like, rockets and space shuttles and things like that. That was kind of... I started to think of doing that when I made the missile silo in the last season. Eventually, when we get spawn sorted out, and if we get a new good land going, I would like to recreate or improve upon my ultimate king of the ladder and add it to that, just so it's in a centralized location instead of kind of off and away like it was on the old server. But yeah, that's definitely an idea I have. This looks like this is some sort of Enderman farm over here. Indeed. But yeah, there we go. We have a map. I've considered... I'm wondering how much of these ideas I want to share. I've considered, like, Beef is doing an offshore thing. I've considered, like, a boat, like a cruise ship or something like that, just because that seems like the only way you could be safe, really, with these new mob AI. But since Beef is doing that, I'm not too sure. He's not doing a boat. He's doing some sort of flotilla thing. What else was I thinking? Oh, it's raining. The MindCrack server, everybody. I was also thinking... I had a lot of fun. Speaking of Castaway, I guess I'll bring things full circle before I end off the episode. In Castaway, I found that village, and I kind of built it up and built houses around it and made it complete, and they started breeding and stuff like that. That was a lot of fun. I might want to do something like that. It seems like it's... My problem with making buildings is that I don't see much point to making a building, excuse me, sir, that serves no purpose, like functional, actual purpose. You know, a lot of people make these giant buildings. I mean, I'm say something like, I don't want to make any examples. It's going to seem like making fun of somebody's build. But it's, you know, say the B00's house. Sure, it's a nice house. It has rooms and beds and furniture. Even, say, Vintage Beef's island house that I put the floating block of ice over. Very cool visually, but that's all it really serves as a visual purpose. Which is cool. I mean, it's really cool seeing all this cool stuff. You know, it's like playing Legos and stuff. It's really cool to see all of the, you know, neat ways you make furniture, I guess, and things. And the neat way... Oh, I guess I could make, like, a frame and put it in a frame. Maybe I should just... I'll put it in here as kind of a beginning gift for perhaps future use. I don't have a sign, but I feel like building buildings for for the villagers, and both in a way to protect them from being killed, but also functional. You know, like I made a hotel at the last one and a beachside condominium, and they really enjoyed that and started spawning and breeding a lot. Yeah, I feel like we're getting lag. Oh, that's from the chickens. It's probably the chickens causing lag. Oh. Oh, this is full. Yeah, this was a terrible idea, guys. This was a terrible idea. That thing, like, probably fills up in about 5 minutes. I'll bring them to my farm. So maybe if I could find a village, or perhaps transport some villagers, like that part of Beef's Island where he was making a village island for the villagers was kind of cool. And that seems like there is an actual, you know, back and forth. You know, there is a challenge in getting your villagers to enjoy it, but also a challenge in making one where they'll breed and protecting them and stuff. So that's always a possibility. So who knows? Still coming up with ideas. We are back in our what is this thing called? The Lucky Potato food truck. Not exactly the greatest of weather to do business in, but I'm thinking, yeah, let's, I'm gonna borrow one stick. I gotta do one thing before I log off here. But yeah, sorry, very scatterbrained, multi-day episode, like I said. I hope you guys were able to follow along, and I hope I was able to make sense. Please turn off ovens to ovens for fire safety. Please. Just a little bit of a warning, just to make sure. Nothing at all prompted that, right? What did I name you? Gosh, for you guys watching the video, that was like 20 minutes ago. But for me, I named you Newt. So yeah, sorry once again, strange episode, but I'm glad I've got it out and got it done with, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying these new MindCrack episodes. And I will see you in the next one. Woo! Jump potatoes on a stick. Potato, 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 potato. Who wants a potato? Get your red hot potato on a stick.